mean and standard deviation. Standard deviation is mainly used to find how the values are deviated in the given data. The limitations with quartiles is that they do not take all data items into account. But variance and standard deviation use all the data in measuring a variation. Now the formula for the variance will be equal to sigma x minus x bar the whole square divided by n, where x bar is nothing but the mean. Now there is another formula for variance, that is sigma x square by n minus sigma x by n the whole square. Generally, we will be using this formula only to find the variance. And then the standard deviation is nothing but the square root of the variance. When we find the variance, you take the square root of it, we get a standard deviation. Now let us see how to apply these formulas. First question, for the given data with 12 values, find the mean and the standard deviation. Here we are given with 12 values. Now the first thing, to find the mean. Mean, we know that we add all the values divided by the total number of values. So it is sigma x over n. Sigma x is nothing but sum of all these values is called as sigma x. So when we add all these values, we get it as 3985.1 divided by the total number of values are 12. So this will be equal to 332.1. And the variance, the formula is sigma x square over n minus sigma x over n the whole square. So this is sigma x square, means we square this term. Every term you square and add it, square it, all the terms you square it and then we add it. That is called as sigma x squared. So when you square it, we get it as 1323540.07 divided by the number of values are 12 minus sigma x we have already found, 3985.1 divided by 12 the whole square. When you simplify this, we get our answer. Using your calculator, you can simplify 10.13. This is the answer for variance. Then our standard deviation. Standard deviation will be square root of 10.13, or you can just the entire value which you have got in your calculator, you can take the square root and we get our answer as 3.18. So when it is sigma x squared, you have to remember that every value you are squaring and then you are adding that. It is not the square of this number. It is not square of sigma x. It is every value square and then you are adding the numbers. Second question. A farmer measures the mass of each apple in a batch of 200 apples. He puts the results into the following table. The table is given to us. Estimate the mean and the standard deviation for the mass of the apples. Now I have entered the values which are given in the table. The mass is given and the frequency is given. So we just write the x values. So when we write the x values, it is just add these two, upper limit and the lower limit, add it up and divide by 2 or find the average of these. So 50 plus 60 divided by 2 will give us 55. In the same way, 60 plus 65 divided by 2 is 62.5. Then 65 plus 70 divided by 2 is 67.5. Like that, when we do it, it is 72.5, 77.5. This is 85 and this is a 105. And we'll write our formulas for the mean. Mean equal to sigma fx over sigma f. And our variance will be equal to sigma fx squared over sigma f minus sigma fx over sigma f the whole square. It is nothing but wherever it's x squared, we are adding a f in front because we are having a group data over here and the frequencies are given over here. So now in order to find our mean, we just multiply fx. That is this f and x value, 14 into 55 will give us 910. Like that, we multiply all the values and we'll write. So now we have multiplied all the fx values, f and x values I have multiplied and written over here. So when we add all this, the answer you'll get it as 14735 and this is 200. So this one, sigma fx value, sum of all that. So 14735 divided by 200. This will give us an answer of 73.675. If you want to write your answer as 3 significant figures, 73.7. This is our mean. Now, in our variance, if you take, we need to find fx squared. So it is fx squared. That is x and fx when you multiply, you get it as fx squared. So x and f when you multiply, the first thing, 55 into 910 will give us 42350. So like that, we'll multiply all the values and we'll write it out. So here I have multiplied this fx and x and I've written all the values. Then I've added up. We get this answer. Now we'll replace in our formula. That is, this is fx squared. So we'll write that 1110737.5 divided by 200 minus this one 14735 divided by 200 the whole square. When you simplify this using the calculator, you get it as 125.682. Now our standard deviation will be equal to square root of this number, that will give us 11.2, correct to 3 significant figures. So this is the answer for the mean, this is the answer for the variance, and this will be the standard deviation. The last question. Alexandra counted the number of cars passing her house between 9 a.m. and 9:15 a.m. each day for 20 consecutive days. The results are summarized below. Sigma x minus 25 will be equal to 124. Sigma x minus 25 squared will be equal to 3531. Find the mean and the standard deviation of the number of cars passing her house each day. In this question, if you see, we are not given directly as sigma x and sigma x squared. Instead, we are given as sigma x minus 25 equal to 124 and sigma x minus 25 the whole squared is 3531. In this case, we'll take this x minus 25 as y. If y will be equal to x minus 25, then y bar is the mean of all the y values. Y bar will be equal to x bar minus 25. X bar and y bar are the mean. That is, sum of all the x values divided by the total will give us the mean. In the same way, sum of all the y values divided by the total number of values will give the mean for y. So, but our standard deviation of x will be equal to the standard deviation of y, because it is only the deviation. The deviation will not change. So now, when we take it over here, our mean of y, mean y will be equal to y bar. That will be equal to y is what? This one. So it is sigma x minus 25 divided by the total values. So it is 124 divided by, she is seeing for 20 days. So divided by the total number of values is 20. So this will be equal to 6.2. But we need to find a mean of the x values. So now when we replace in this, our y bar is 6.2 will be equal to x bar minus 25, which implies our x bar will be equal to 25 plus 6.2, that will be equal to 31.2 will be the mean of our. Now in the same way, for our standard deviation of y, standard deviation of y will be equal to sigma y squared divided by n minus sigma y by n the whole squared. So sigma y squared, this is our y. So it will be square root of 3531 divided by 20 minus sigma y by 1. That is the mean, or we can just, here the y mean is 6.2. So it is 6.2 the whole square. So when we simplify it, we get our answer as 138.11, which will be equal to 11.752, which is equal to 11.8, correct to 3 significant figures. This type of questions, exam point of view, are very important. So you need to understand that only the mean will change. That is, when it is a negative value, you will be adding in order to find our original mean. but our standard deviation, it is nothing but the deviation of the values. So automatically the deviation will not change. So our standard deviation of y when you find, that will be equal to standard deviation of x as well. Thank you.